What's up YouTube, it's your girl Monet Marie back with another video, and as you may or may not know, if you don't know, I'm telling you, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So in October we wear pink. We also make sure to check ourselves, check our family history, and do everything we can to basically be healthy and happy. So for more information on how you can be aware for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, go ahead and click the link in my description box. So every person has had some type of experience with cancer, whether it be a friend, a family, or even yourself. So in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I decided to share with you guys my cancer experience, my first, not me personally, but my first run-in, or my most significant run-in with cancer. So I'm gonna tell you guys about my earliest experience and my most significant experience. If you're already subscribed, thanks for tuning in, and if you aren't subscribed already, hey, how you doing? Be sure to click that subscribe button down below and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. So both my experiences were kind of vague. I didn't really know they were cancer, or I didn't really know that cancer was like as big of a deal as it is because I was so young. So my earliest experience, my first experience with cancer was my grandmother. We were, I think I was like 9 or something like that when she passed away. We were really, really close, and like I would go over there all the time. We would go to church every Sunday, and then we would go to Popeyes after church every Sunday. We made cookies every single time I went to her house. She had marshmallows for me every time I went to her house. We made breakfast every single time I went to her house, and I went to her house a lot. We went to Disney World every single year. So like we were really, really close. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. But after a while, there were like changes in things that I didn't really pay attention to because I was so young. So like we stopped going to church, but I didn't really notice because we would watch church on TV, or we would like pray, like me, her, and my grandfather. We would kind of do like a Bible study in the house by ourselves. We wouldn't make cookies like whenever I wanted to. We would like pick a day, and she would come downstairs, and she would like be downstairs for the whole day, and we would make cookies and like do fun stuff, whatever she had planned for us, but it would only be for one day. And usually when I went over there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we would do like whatever I wanted, but then after a while it was like she would be upstairs for most of the time, like most of the days. We would just like hang out upstairs in her room, and then she would come downstairs like on the last day or something like that. We didn't make breakfast all together anymore. Me and my granddad would make breakfast and take it upstairs to her. So one day when I did ask my grandfather, like, how come grandma isn't making breakfast with us? But yeah, so one day I asked my granddad, like, how come grandma doesn't make breakfast with us anymore? And he just said that she was sick. So that kind of explained like why we stopped doing a lot of stuff. I didn't really pay it that much attention because me being however old I was, sick just meant like, oh, you had a stomach ache, or like you had a fever, or like a cold or something. Sick was just sick. It wasn't like dying sick. I would go to my grandparents' house every weekend. I know I said that already, but I would go every summer. I would go every weekend, and I would stay the whole weekend, the whole summer, which is a big deal because me as a kid and even as an adult, I don't like staying in places for a long time. Like if I was somewhere for more than 3 days, I was calling my mother like, yeah, come get me, I'm ready to go. But I would stay there all the time, no problem. It was like a second home to me. So one day my parents came to get me from my grandmother's house, and it was my mother and my father, which I guess was kind of weird now that I think about it, because my mom and my father, like, they're divorced. They're like happily divorced, but they always came and got me together, which I now know is a ruse, just to see my grandma and see how she was doing and stuff like that, because she would always come downstairs when it was time for me to go home and like talk to my parents and stuff like that. So she had gotten thick, not thick, because I don't want to be offensive, but like I don't know how to explain this. So she was kind of like fat, but it wasn't fat. I know now. She had just she had a tumor in her stomach, I think, or in her ovaries or something like that. I don't know, but she had a tumor of some sort. So I think I asked, like I was curious about it, and she told a joke. She was like, it's a baby in my stomach, but she was joking. I knew it wasn't a baby, obviously, but in my brain I was just like, so you gonna tell me what's really in there or what? But I didn't say anything. I was just quiet. I was like, I don't know. I just didn't want to say anything. So she was like, give me a hug, and I was like, no, because in my brain, you saying it's a baby in your stomach, and I know it's not a baby in your stomach, but I'm gonna hug your stomach, and like something's gonna like reach through your stomach and get me, and like that's, I swear it sounds stupid now and it sounds like I'm joking, but I remember so clearly that that was my literal thought process. Like I thought, you ever seen like in a scary movie when like ghost hands reach through the wall? Like I felt like I was gonna hug her, and then like something was gonna reach out of her stomach and like grab my head, and I was so scared, so I said no. And they were all like, go ahead, like give your grandmother a hug, and I was like, no, like I'm not, no, that's not, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. So me being however old I was, I think I was about 9, I was like, no, I don't want to give her a hug, and she was like, give me a hug, and I was like, no, and I left out the house, and I sat in the car until my parents finished talking to her, and came outside so we can go home. So the next weekend came, and like I said, I went over there every weekend, but that weekend I didn't go because I told my mom I didn't want to, but I really thought that like my grandma was gonna be mad at me because I said no, and I didn't want to like be confrontational. So I was just like, no, I don't want to go over there that weekend. And then the following week, like in those days after the weekend, my grandmother went to she went into the hospital and she passed away like the next day. So that was my earliest memory, and it's kind of significant to me. It's not the most significant, but it's kind of significant because I still think about it all the time, because I know that like my grandmother passed away and the last thing I got to say to her was no. So I'm super, as I was saying, that's kind of like my earliest memory, and it is significant to me because it weighs really heavy on me. Like I always carry with me the fact that no was the last thing I ever said to my grandmother before she passed away, and that bothers me because you never really know like if they forgive you, like if they still care about you. And it's like I kind of know like, oh, it's my grandma, like she's always gonna love you and all that stuff, but you really don't know. And now it's like there's no way of you ever knowing. So that's something that I definitely carry with me. So I'm always trying to do things to like to prove myself or to like validate my love that I had and have for her, hence my channel name, Monet Marie. But yeah, so that was my earliest one, and now for the one that's like most significant to me is about my mother. My grandmother passed away from ovarian cancer, I believe. I'm like 80% sure it was ovarian cancer, so just keep that in mind because that's kind of important for the next thing. So a few years after my grandmother passed away, my mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer also. What I remember the most is her being home a lot because she like stopped working for a while, and like there was always somebody home, like when I got home from school, stuff like that, because somebody had to always be my mother because she had trouble like walking and stuff like that, because in order to cure it or remove the cancer, since there's no cure for cancer, she had to get a hysterectomy. So yeah, if you don't know what hysterectomy is, when you have your ovaries removed, and without ovaries you can't have children. So this one is later I learned that it's hereditary. I don't think like cancer itself can be hereditary, I'm not sure, but I do know that like my reproductive system is fragile, and that's hereditary, if that makes sense. So this one's like most significant to me because it weighs on me super heavy. If you didn't know, and if I don't have a video about it, but it's probably my get to know me video, I want 5 kids. I've always wanted 5 kids. I cannot wait to be a mom. I'm not trying to have a baby right now for like everybody that's watching and stuff. I'm not trying to have a baby right now. I know I'm not ready to have a baby at this moment, but I definitely want kids, and like I really can't wait to be a mom. That's like one of my life goals. I feel like that's something that every woman, almost every woman, wants in life, is to be a mom. So I'm always super scared that like I'm gonna get ovarian cancer or like something's gonna happen and I'm gonna be told I'm not able to have kids. So that's like the most significant one to me. I have like really bad anxiety. Like I don't take I have taken, but I don't take like plan B's or like stuff like that because I'm so freaking scared. I don't do like, I'm not on birth control of any kind because I'm just really scared of like the hormones like that birth control like puts into your body and stuff. And yeah, so I literally think about it every day. It's like my biggest fear, one of my biggest fears in this whole world, next to like other stuff that I'm not gonna tell the whole world about my biggest fears, but that's one of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share that with you guys in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Although it wasn't about breast cancer, it was about ovarian cancer. That was just me wanting to share with you guys because I found the opportunity to do so, and it's important to raise awareness not only about breast cancer but all types of cancer, just so we can be happy and healthy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or at least just got something out of the story, or if you have your own story that you want to share with me, I am always all ears. You can follow me on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff will be at the end of this video and in the description box. Also, don't forget to like breast examine yourself and all that stuff. Learn about your family history because that's important to like to yourself. Learn about if you have any hereditary diseases or just anything that can affect you. Just be happy, be healthy, be aware. And again, like I said, for more information, link is in the description box. If you're already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button right now and go ahead and turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. Peace.